Hello everyone, so I have been neglecting my paper hobbies and I'm gonna do them and film myself doing some of them to remind myself, because obviously I rewatch my own videos. Who doesn't, you know what I mean? I'm gonna rewatch my own videos and remember, oh my gosh, yeah, this was so fun. So every time I get like the urge to do them, I don't put them off. Oh, why do you put them off? Laziness. I want to do a word search right now. You're propped up against my word search book, so I'm gonna try and okay, I've been over this before, but just in case, let me go over it again. This is a delicate process, okay? You flip it open, you land on a random page, you see this, you look, you browse through the little square and see if any word jumps out at you. And if a word jumps out at you, that's the chosen word search puzzle of the day, of the time. Something very, very important and vital during this process is that you can't really focus on it. You know, you just have to literally just browse, and something jumps out at you, then you go in with that one. If nothing jumps out at you, then you don't. For example, Boyd, right. Why is this process important, you may ask? It's important because otherwise the word search is just not going to be fun and you're going to be miserable the entire time. Finding one word right off the bat really gets it going. Something in your brain clicks into focus and it's like, wow, yeah, I can totally accomplish this. Whereas if you're focused on one, for example, if you're deciding to go chronologically and you're like, wow, I can't, oh, I've already done the first code view. If you can't find one of the words and you're just like, I can't move on until I finish this one word puzzle, you're gonna be miserable. Yeah. Or if even one that you really want to do. For example, I wake up one day, I'm like, oh, I want to do one about gemstones, but I can't find any of the words immediately. I'm gonna be suffering. And suddenly, I'm not gonna be so happy doing a word search about gemstones anymore. It's going to be a chore. So that's why you do it my way, and it's fun and easy. Well, not easy. You do it my way. It's fun and more, yeah, you know. You know what I'm trying to say. I know you know what I'm trying to say. Okay, don't even pretend that I'm not making any sense, because I know I'm making sense, because I make sense to me, so I probably make sense to you. Okay, that's a lie. But I know what I'm saying makes sense, okay? Once you're done, hello. Once you're done, it is very important that you sign it with the date. For nostalgia reasons, duh. So you can flip through and be like, oh my gosh, wow, I did this on April 14th, 2026. Wow, I did this on August 6th, 2024. Wow, I've had this notebook since 2024. Very fun. Maybe I'll start timing myself. That'll be fun. But also might be too much pressure. But I feel like it'd be fun also. Maybe next time. That is my guide to how to do a word search, okay? Paper hobby. What can I say? I've said it before. I'll say it again. And I'll say it again even later, but I love writing. It's one of my favorite hobbies. I think that writing is very, very important to express yourself and to even learn more about yourself. So whether you're doing nonfiction, fiction, fan fiction, essay writing, whatever type of writing you are doing, prose is prose. I enjoy writing prose on its own. I really like writing about nature, trees and birds and sunshine and the world being drenched in sunlight and how I feel about it, and the animals, etc., etc. I do type on my laptop, don't get it twisted. I just prefer handwriting when I'm writing my little creative prose, my little purple creative prose, and a few other things, but I do also write online when I'm writing fiction or fan fiction. I prefer typing it up. But this isn't about that. This is about my paper hobbies, and my paper hobby is prose writing. So I'm gonna color now, and honestly, coloring is really fun because it's therapeutic. That's pretty much all I can say about it. It's therapeutic. And look at my crayons! Sharpener for my crayons. How exciting. And this is just a lovely book I got at the dollar store. Dollar General. So cute. So cute. So freaking cute. So freaking cute. What we gonna color today? What will we color today? We're gonna color Pete wearing his favorite shirt today. Ooh, this is cute as well. But we're gonna color this guy. I think I want his shirt to be whatever this purpley crayon is. Oh, maybe I want the buttons to be this purpley color. No, the shirt. For sure, the shirt. Sorry, I just can't focus. I can't focus with you looking at me, so. I like coloring because it's a hobby that I don't have to put much mind into, you know? I'm just like, I wonder what color I want this to be, and then I just go for it, and if it turns out nice, yay, and if it doesn't turn out the way I want it to, oh well, what can I do because it's crayon? So I just have to make it work. And also because it's a pretty mindless hobby, you know? Mindless, but focusing / distracting, so it's especially fun when I'm angry or something and I just want to take my mind off of whatever I'm angry about, or in general when I want to take in general when I want to take my mind off of things, because this is very therapeutic. Yay for coloring. And I'm not really a big fan of adult coloring books because I'm sorry, I just don't like it. I feel like it becomes too stressful because there's just so many lines and shapes and all this and that and blah, 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 blah. I'm okay with these. These are fun and nice and fun and nice and fun and nice and fun and nice. Yeah. Oops, I broke this crayon. I will say these crayons are a little bit weak. So you can't put too much pressure, even if you want to, for whatever reason. What matters is that, oh my gosh, okay. What matters is that they work, even when they're broken. Paper hobby, I've recently restarted / gotten back into journaling, but instead of journaling with prompts or about my day, I'm kind of just thought dumping and letting my pen take me wherever it wants to. And I found that it actually really does help me feel better about whatever's happening up in here. Sometimes it does leave me very much just melancholy, despondent, a little bit under the weather, not sickly, and not in a sick way, but in a just sad way, a little bit energyless, because I'm like, wow. But I am really enjoying it. I am really enjoying it just once a day, minimum once a day. Sometimes there's been a day where I wrote like 3 or 4 times in here throughout the day, just whatever's really in my mind, and I just write it down. Something I just can't stop thinking about. I'm trying at the moment to stray away from topics that I've written about too much in my older journal, where, as I've mentioned countless times on this channel, where it ended up becoming a depression diary, and I hated it, and it's the reason I stopped journaling for over a year. So I try to stray away from topics that I've already talked about way too much, either in my old journal or even in my everyday, everyday notebook or something. What's the term? Pocket notebook situation. everything notebook. Why is my mind completely blanking on that? No, this has been fun. I think it counts as a hobby. I'm counting it as a hobby. Yeah. I have been trying to do this either in the morning or during the daytime and not so much at nighttime, but maybe you can tell it's kind of nighttime right now. That's because I haven't had a chance to write about it today, so I've been really excited. I've been really excited and keeping track of what I want to write about. So exciting. When it comes to doing Sudoku, it's the same thing pretty much as the word searches. You pick a puzzle based on vibes. This notebook of Sudoku puzzles is like, what's it called? Rated from easiest to hardest based on stars, 1 to 5 stars. 1 is the easiest, 5 is the hardest. I've worked my way up to a 3-star puzzle, which is epic. By the end of the year, I would love to do a 5-star puzzle. Am I in frame? By the end of the year, I would love to do a 5-star puzzle. But I'm going to admit I've been slacking on the Sudoku a little bit, so I need to really lock in. So yes, these are really fun. I love these. They make my brain really do a lot of wrinkle building. The excitement I felt when I finally worked up from a 2-tier puzzle to a 3-tier puzzle, I don't even know how to put it into words. Like, I don't even need to know how to put it into words. The difference between the word search is that you can't obviously just look at this and peruse it and immediately, unless you're like a super giant expert, be like, oh yeah, this number goes in this box. So it's more like, which puzzle do I feel like doing? Oh, I landed on this page. Okay, yeah, I'll just do this one. And then you sit down and do it. Yeah, I don't really have a strategy when it comes to completing a Sudoku puzzle. I just tackle each little block or each little line, column, row, based on what feels right. Sometimes it can be a little bit frustrating because you're like, oh my gosh, I can't figure out this number. But then when it finally clicks, life-changing. Absolutely cannot talk about paper hobbies without talking without talking about reading. Da-da-da-da. This is my current read, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. It is a reread. I remember flying through it the first time I read it, and I'm really excited to get through it again another time, a second time. We'll see. I have been neglecting this in favor of reading web novels. I've mentioned this previously, but because I can't find any web novels I'm interested in at the moment, reverting back to this, which is, I'm making it sound like a negative or a bad thing. Negative or a bad thing, girl. Yes, 2 very, very different words with very, very different meaning, negative and bad. I'm making it sound like a bad thing or something I'm not really looking forward to or I'm unhappy about, but I'm really not. I'm really not. I just wish I could find more web novels that I was interested in at the moment, but I can't. So it's fine. I'll give my attention to this one. But yeah, that literally covers all my paper hobbies at the moment anyway. Yeah. So that's it for this video. If you watched this far, thank you so much. I really, really, really freaking appreciate you. Share some of your hobbies in the comments if you so wish. And I will see you all next time. Be kind, be smart, and stay safe, everyone. Bye.